Hi everyone, it's Liz from Sew4Home, inviting you to relax, share a cup of tea, while we chat about a very pretty placemat, the Eclectic Placemat. Now, we decided on the name Eclectic because when there are so many great techniques that come together in one project, it can be hard to pick a favorite, but let's give it a go, shall we? First and foremost, these 4 lines of eye-catching decorative stitching. It almost looks as if they are hovering over the patchwork seams. Now you might assume this is a standard stitch-in-the-ditch technique, but the spacing of nearly an inch between the stitches, that isn't a look you can usually achieve with that method. Instead, we are going to show you how to combine a decorative stitch with several straight stitches and then use that combination to actually sew the 1/4 inch patchwork seam. So let's take a close look with some scrap fabric. So here's your layers. You have your 2 pieces of fabric right sides together with the solid color on top and with the stabilizer underneath. You're going to set up for your beautiful combined stitch that you've designed, and using a 1/4 inch seam, you're going to stitch all the way down through all of the layers. When you're done, open up and gently pull apart at each of those stitches to reveal your beautiful stitches. Leave the stabilizer in place for that step as you pull. Once you're done, you can remove the stabilizer, give it a press, and there you have it. This is a Janome America sponsored project, so we used a number of specific Janome stitch settings to create the effect. But any machine with the ability to memorize stitches or that includes an alphabet feature can produce the result. Not a Janome sewer? Well, we humbly think that you should be, but your machine make and model may have similar stitch combining options. Now, if you are a Janome sewer with one of the more advanced models, like the incredible Continental M8 right here, this stitch technique is actually built in. They call it mirage stitches. So check your manual if you have yet to discover them. We also have all the steps for creating a patchwork strata from which you'll cut the 3 pretty panels. And we used jelly roll strips to build ours. The extra narrow binding is also made with jelly roll strips. It is indeed narrow, but it's still formed with a traditional double fold wrap, just like you'd use for a quilt. And this adds just the bit of extra weight needed to make sure the placemat lays nice and flat on your table. If it's too lightweight, the edges of the mat are going to want to curl. The quilting is a standard straight line pattern, but we do explain how best to set the spacing and how to jump over the decorative stitching so that magical hovering effect isn't ruined. So lots of great stuff, but perhaps most important really is how it all comes together in an eclectic fusion of method and style. Thanks again to Janome America for their support, and thanks to you for listening. Happy sewing!